Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be my update on Project 10 Uses. So that is a project that I'm doing here on my channel where I'm solely focusing in on my single shadow collection, trying to get 10 uses on them, rotating them out to just get some more love and use and know my single collection a little bit more. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around. But with all that, let's just get into this update. All right, if you've been following along with this project, you know that it's one of my most challenging projects. You wouldn't think so because I'm only trying to use a single shadow 10 times before I roll it out. But for some reason, it is. It's really tough for me to make sure that I'm using these, rotating them out, just giving them attention and love. So I've had to adjust my rules back and forth over and over again. So right now, while I do have some rollouts, spoiler alert, I won't be rolling anything in today, only because I'm trying to lessen the amount of shades that I have in this project. I had recently, a couple months ago, expanded it. I brought in like 20 shades or something like that. It's just too many. It was too many. I wasn't hitting my goals. I was getting really unmotivated to continue on with this project. So I'm going to go back to my original 5 or 6 shadows and go from there. I still want to hit my 10 uses on the ones that I rolled in. I'm not going to give up on those, but as I finish them up, I just won't roll anything new until we're back to a little bit of a more manageable color story. So I'm going to update you on the shades, on some numbers. I did do a little bit better this month. Last month, I think more than half the shades had like 0 uses on them. It was just sad. So this month was a lot better. I really tried to focus in on it, create some balance between this project and my No Pan Left Behind project, which I'm also doing, trying to hit every single pan of eyeshadow in every single one of my palettes. So that's why it's just a little overwhelming right now with eyeshadows. But that's enough of my PSA. Let's just get into the update. The first one that I want to start with is my single component. So this is the Colourpop Super Shock in Colors of the Wind. This has been in the project for 2 months now, and the first month I got 3 uses. This month I got 5. So I am up to 8 uses on this Super Shock. I am wearing it today, and I actually really enjoy this shade. Everything that I'm wearing is listed down in the description box below. But this is beautiful. It was actually unused in my collection, which is just a shame because I actually had to revive it. And that's part of why I want to do this project, is to not have shades that I love not getting use and then just going bad before I can use them. So I have 2 more uses to hit on this. I don't think that's going to be any problem for the next update. And I will always have some kind of single shadow component in this project. Right now I only have 1. The rest are in this Z palette. So now that we've talked about that one, let's go into this Z palette here. This is what the color story was looking like. And I think we're going to start with the shimmers. So the one that's been in the project the longest out of every single shadow is this one here. This is Cleona Glow. And it's very pretty. It's just it is a Bam shade. It glows. So this has been in the project for 4 months now. And I had 3 uses on it previously, 1 use every single month. And then this past month, I got an additional 2 uses. So I have 5 uses on this shadow here. I'm happy with that. I at least improved my numbers from last month, but really need to kick it into high gear with this one. I don't love having a shadow in here for 3 months, especially when I'm only trying to get 10 uses. It just seems, well, 4 months now. It just seems like I can do better than that, and that maybe I should reconsider having it in my collection if I can't even use it 10 times in 4 months. Moving on. We have our first rollout. This is Cleona Adornment. I love this shade. Love it so much. I thought I was going to love the iridescence from Cleona more, but this has really surprised me. It just looks stunning on top of everything. A lot of the times I would actually pair it on top of this Super Shock shadow. Here is what it looks like. So it's been in the project 3 months total. And the previous 2 months, I had 5 uses on it. And then this past month, I got my additional 5 extra uses. So 10 uses. This is rolling out, which makes me really, really happy. But again, I will not be rolling in anything in its place until I get this a little bit lower. Next up, we have my Gimme Glow. This is the shade Pink Lemonade. Really pretty. But we're going to go from a high to a low because this has been in the project for 3 months now, and I have 0 uses on this shade. I just have been trying to kind of knock these out one by one, and adornment was definitely on my list. Getting some uses on glow was on my list. This was not on my list, so it will continue to roll over. I still have 10 uses left to go on it. Next, a very pretty pink, we have Mika Beauty Shop Blush. This is a lot more textured, flaky. And this has also been in the project for 3 months now. It has like a really pretty pink to gold shift. And I did have 0 previous uses on it, and I'm happy to say I at least used it once. We're making progress. Like I said, it's a little bit better than last month. Still 9 uses to go on this. Let's just move on, shall we? Up next, we have Glam Shop Always Cool. And this is like a really pretty brown, actually. I don't know why I haven't reached for it. I think because it's just a little bit less exciting than some of the other shades that I have pulled in. But here's what it looks like. This has also been in the project for 3 months now, and I have 0 uses on it. So, womp womp. I will get some use on this one. This might be one of the shades I focus on trying to roll out next month. I think I could do it if I really, really wanted to. So let's just see what kind of damage I can do. Then 3 more shimmers to go over. Before we go over the mattes, we'll talk about Colored Rain Secrets, kind of a darker version of the Glam Shop. And this is a very unimpressive shimmer. It's really honestly more of a satin. Like you don't see any kind of sparkle or anything in that swatch there. Also, I've had this in the project for 3 months now. I had 0 prior uses on it. I did use it 2 times, and really I kind of used it like a matte deepening up outer corner shade. That's probably how I will continue to get my uses on it. And we'll just see. Once I finish this, once I get my 10 uses on it, it just might be a shade that I declutter. I don't know if I necessarily need to have this in my collection. Then we have my 2 Sydney Grace shades. We'll start with Amethyst. And this is like a really pretty purple, but also a little intimidating to me. I don't know, these like bright kind of fuchsia purples always just kind of intimidate me. But this has also been the project 2 months. You'll notice a theme here. Sorry, 3 months now. It was in the project for 2 months plus this past month. And I had 0 prior uses on it. I got 2 this month. So I am trying to, again, slow and steady, get some uses on this. This is also one that I really want to focus on next month. This one in that Always Cool shade, and get it rolled out. I think that Give Me Glow Pink Lemonade might have to wait another month. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. And then the last shimmer is Sydney Grace Fallen Empire. It's kind of like a really dark, steely taupe. Here's what it looks like. This shade also kind of intimidates me. I don't know that I love like a dark shimmer. This has been in the project 3 months as well, and 0 uses on it so far. This might be like Pink Lemonade, and I might just wait on it. But this is also kind of just on the chopping block because I don't love a dark shimmer, and I just don't know how much use I'm going to get from this. Even though this is better quality, like I have this shade in the Natasha Denona Xenon palette, so I'd rather keep the palette over this, but we'll just see. I'm not going to predict the future just yet. But these are all of the shimmers, so there is one rollout. I'm happy with that progress. Let me wipe off the swatches and we'll talk about the mattes. Now, the matte color story is a little bit less. I only have 6 mattes to talk about, and I have better progress on them. I think you can probably just, by looking at them, tell it's probably a little bit easier to reach for these, at least for me. There's more neutrals in here. So let's get started from the top. These are all Sydney Grace, by the way. The first one we're going to talk about is Relax. So this has been in the project for 3 months, and it had 2 uses on it. And I'm happy to say I'm wearing this shade today as well, that I got my 8 additional uses and I hit my 10. 2 plus 8 equals 10. This will be rolling out of the project. A really nice, kind of just mid-tone brown, easy to use. I use this kind of like as a base all over my lid. And then I would put that Colourpop Pocahontas color Super Shock on top. Really liked how that looked. So this will be rolling out today. Let's talk about my other rollout too, just so I don't get confused. This is Sydney Grace Embrace, and this is my other rollout. So we have 3 rollouts this month. Very happy about that. So I would use this shade to kind of buff out that Relax shade. You can kind of see it there in my transition. Very much enjoyed this overall look. And I just ended up getting my other 8 uses, or did I need 8 uses? Yes, this has been in the project 3 months. I had 2 prior uses, used it 8 times, same as the Relax shade, and that was pretty much the look all 8 times. So I loved this so much. In fact, I wish I could continue to wear it, but that's fine. We'll just have to find another look that I can really just rely on. I'm happy I have 3 rollouts. Let's go over the rest of these. The next kind of neutral is the shade Mom's Ride. I don't love this one as much. It's kind of like a warm terracotta brown. It's all right, but it's not, this is more of a shade I would use to enhance a look rather than like really having it be the star of the show. That's just me. It's a little bit too warm tone for me. This has been in the project 3 months. I had 4 prior uses on it, and I unfortunately didn't reach for this one time last month, so it's still at 4 uses. This is a focus shade for me for next month to get my 6 additional uses on it so I can officially roll it out. I wish I had remembered that I had 4 uses just so I could have focused on it this month, but that's okay. I had 2 other rollouts, and there's always next month. Then we have Bravo, this really pretty kind of khaki green. I love these kinds of shades so much. Been in the project 3 months. You can tell when I rolled all these shadows in, can't you? I had 0 uses on this, still have 0 uses. You need 10 uses, so let's just move on from that, shall we? 2 more mattes to talk about. We have Sydney Grace Regal, which is a really pretty purple, my favorite type of purple. Just kind of like a light dusty gray purple. This has been in the project for 2 months, 0 uses. So I don't want to dwell on this too long. Like I said, I kind of just was like trying to focus on ones I could easily get out, which was these 2. And I knew that some shades were going to have to take a back burner. I was fine with that. So this one's going to stay. Same with this very last shade that I'm going to talk about, which is Sydney Grace Rainforest. This is such a dark green that it can almost look black. So I should really use this in conjunction with Bravo as like a liner situation. I think that would work really well. And I can knock out my 10 uses together with that. But this has been in the project 2 months as well. I rolled it in with Regal and 0 total uses. Didn't use it at all last month. Didn't use it the previous month. So still have 10 uses on this. And that's where we're at. Like I said, at least this little Z palette is getting smaller and smaller. This was completely full. I specifically brought this palette in to fill it up when I expanded my color story, and now we're just working on getting it a little bit smaller, a little bit more manageable, and I'm at least seeing visual progress. So that does keep me motivated. The shades that I want to really focus on for next month is Mom's Ride. I would love to get Glow out since it's been in the longest, 4 months. And then I would really like to get Always Cool Out from Glam Shop. That's like an easy one that should really not be a problem for me. Then my very last goal with this palette would be to just make sure I'm using every single shade once. I don't want to come back next month and update you and say that there's a shade that's been in here 3 months with 0 uses. So those are kind of my goals for this project. But that's really all I have to update you on. I wish it was a little bit more positive, but I'm happy with the progress that I've made so far. Let me know down below if you struggle with your single shadows as much as I do. If you have any tips or suggestions, please let me know down in the comments. I could use all the help that I could get. But this is where I'm going to leave you all. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.